All right, this story comes from USA Today. 18,000 cows killed in explosion. Fire at Texas dairy farm may be the largest cattle killing ever. Hell, somebody bring the barbecue sauce. Okay. Corrections and clarifications. A previous version of this story miscalculated the number of head of cattle slaughtered each day in the U.S. The fire spread quickly through the holding pens where thousands of dairy cows crowded together waiting to be milked, trapped in deadly confines. Deadly explosion exposed dangers of improperly stored chemicals. A 2013 fertilizer explosion in West Texas that killed 15 and injured 260 others showed us just how dangerous improper storage of chemicals could be. After subduing the fire at the West Texas dairy farm Monday evening, officials were stunned at the scale of livestock death left behind. 18,000 head of cattle perished in the fire at the South Fork Dairy Farm near DeMitt, Texas, or about 20% of the cattle slaughtered in America on any given day. Damn. A dairy farm worker rescued from inside the structure was taken to a hospital and was in critical but stable condition as of Tuesday. There were no other human casualties. Special report. We don't seem to learn. What's that? We don't seem to learn the West Texas fertilizer plant explosion 10 years later. It's mind-boggling, DeMitt Mayor Roger Malone said. I don't think it's ever happened before around here. It's a real tragedy. The Castro County Sheriff's Office was among several agencies to respond to a fire and explosion at a dairy farm near DeMitt on Monday. It was the biggest single incident death of cattle in the country since the Animal Welfare Institute, a Washington-based animal advocacy group, began tracking barn and farm fires in 2013. Graphics. How many cows died in the dairy fire? 18,000. Enough for 26 football fields. That easily surpassed the previous high, a 2020 fire at an upstate New York dairy farm that consumed about 400 cows, said Ollie Granger, a policy associate at the Institute. The Texas fire is the deadliest fire involving cattle we know of, she said. In the past, we have seen fires involving several hundred cows at a time, but anything near this level of mortality. Where was the Texas cattle fire? Castro County, site of the fire, is open prairie land dotted with dairy farms and cattle ranches about 70 miles southwest of Amarillo. Pictures posted on social media by bystanders showed the large plume of black smoke lifting from the farm fire, as well as charred cows that were saved from the structure. What caused the dairy farm explosion? A malfunction in a piece of farm equipment may have caused an explosion that led to the fire, said County Judge Mandy Geffler, the county's top executive. Texas fire officials are still investigating the cause, she said. Malone, the mayor, said he wasn't aware of any other fires reported at the facility. He said the dairy had opened in the area just over 3 years ago and employed 50 to 60 people. The owners of South Fork Dairy couldn't be reached for comment. How many cows were killed in the dairy fire? Most of the perished animals, a mix of Holstein and Jersey cows, Jersey cows were in a large holding pen before being milked, she said. The 18,000 cows represented about 90% of the farm's total herd, which each cow valued roughly about 2,000. The company's losses in livestock could stretch into the tens of millions of dollars, Gelfler said. That doesn't include equipment and structure loss. You're looking at a devastating loss, she said. My heart goes out to each person involved in the operation. How did the Texas dairy compare with the rest of the country? Cattle stranded in a flooded pasture in LaGrange, Texas after Hurricane Harvey in 2017. The storm drowned thousands of cattle in southeast Texas. Poor cows. Texas ranked fourth nationally in milk production, home of 319 grade A dairies with an estimated of 620,000 cows producing almost 16.5 billion pounds of milk every year, according to the Texas Association of Dairymen, a trade group. And Castro County is the second highest producing county in Texas, with 15 dairies yielding 148 million pounds of milk a month, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Even by Texas standards, South Fork Dairy was a behemoth. Its 18,000 cattle made it nearly 10 times larger than the average dairy herd in Texas. It's not the first time large numbers of Texas cattle have died, but rarely do so many perish from a single fire. In Hurricane Harvey in 2017 drowned thousands of more southeast Texas, which led to 93 million in livestock losses across the state, according to Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Services. What happened next? State and dairy officials are turning to the massive, messy task of cleaning up 18,000 charred carcasses. On its website, the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality lists several rules for on-site burial of carcasses, including burying the animal at least 50 feet from the nearest well and recording GPS coordinates of the site. Nowhere does it mention mass graves, however. The Environmental Quality Commission and the AgriLife Extension Service are teamed up to assist the cleanup, officials said. Malone, DeMitt's mayor, said he has taken emergency management courses that teach how to dispose of animal carcasses after a disaster, but not at this scale. How do you dispose of 18,000 carcasses, he said. That is something you don't run into very much. Is that the end of the story? I guess so. Well, that's a lot of beef. Where's the beef? What do you think? Might have been insurance fraud. Maybe they had some sick cattle on their hands, and instead of just taking a loss, you set it on fire and collect insurance. Just throwing it out there. All right. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments.